Today I'm going to show you the recent pocket letter that I've made for a friend of mine. We decided to do a Game of Thrones theme, so I'm going to whiz through how I made most of the elements and then I'll do the big reveal at the end. Hope you like this. Bye for now. Right, so the first thing I've done here is I've selected the paper. So because Game of Thrones is what it is, I wanted something dark, something industrial, medieval, and this paper was from Mr. Smith's workshop from Do Crafts, which I've recently purchased. So what I'm doing first is I'm cutting down the paper into the pockets, making sure they all fit. Normally, if I'm using a particular pattern paper, I'll make sure the pattern flows, but in this case it wasn't so important. And here I have Game of Thrones playing cards. I've selected Daenerys and Cersei to include, and the back of the cards has the Iron Throne. So I'm going through using my envelope punch board to round the edges of the paper, decorate the edges and the cards. Now, this will make sense later. What I'm doing, I'm basically making a front cover for the pocket letter itself, and here is something I'm most proud about. I'm freehanding the House of Stark emblem. Now, I'm really rubbish at drawing normally, so I was really chuffed with how good this came out. So going back, as this is speeding along quite fast, the front cover I have that I'm going to have, I've crumpled up for some texture and using the image of Hodor holding back the cave door, and just because I think that was just such a sweet moment from the last season. So here I am decorating my direwolf. So I've gone over it in pencil and I'm now colouring it in just a normal felt tip pen with grey and outlining in black and giving it some definition in black. And then I have a very pale colour just to do the eyes and teeth. And yeah, really pleased with how it's going. It's looking great. So I'd love to know what everyone else thinks of Game of Thrones. If there are many crafters out there that watch Game of Thrones, I love it. Favourite characters have to be Daenerys and Tyrion, but I'm increasingly liking Jon Snow now that he's kind of standing up and taking a stance. So here we go. I've cut out the direwolf, excuse me, and I'm making banner shields for the emblems, and I'm going to do this for the House of Targaryen as well. So I went through my stash to find some suitable papers that would represent the houses, and here is a kind of medieval red and gold that I thought was suitable for the House of Stark. So I'm using foam tape to give it some dimension. So what do you guys think about the latest season? I think it was awesome. It's definitely my favourite season. There have been some amazing episodes this time around. I really love the battle with Jon Snow and Ramsay Bolton. Part of me is a bit gutted he's gone because he was such a brilliant villain. I was really glad to see the end of Joffrey a couple of years ago, but I don't know, there's something about a good villain that always keeps your attention. So here we have the banner as for the House of Stark, and now I am going to stick it onto the paper and then, like I said, do the same with the House of Targaryen. So who are your favourite characters? I mean, some characters as well have been slow burners. So I know that Sansa, for instance, I thought she was a real weakling to begin with, but now that she's coming along, she's awesome. And Arya, of course. It's just so well written and it's so exciting. And I don't know, I think it does appeal to guys and girls as well. So I'm really enjoying it. So can't wait for the next season. So here I am just sticking this House of Stark banner down. And it seems to take ages. I've just noticed I have a little finger that sticks out. I don't know why I'm so delicate, but anyway. So there we go. And what I end up doing to that is actually outlining it in black just to give it a bit more definition. And then I went through my bling and embellished it with some purple square blings. So I've only recently started using the punch board for rounding my edges, but I think it gives a really nice finish, particularly on pocket letters. So as I said, I'm doing the House of Targaryen now, so looking through the stash as to what kind of papers would be best for the banner. So I'm going to need to make this one a bit smaller to fit on the pocket. I must admit as well, one of my favourite all-time characters of Game of Thrones was Khal Drogo. I loved the whole Dothraki and the way that Daenerys kind of captured all of their imagination and the journey she's had. She's been utterly I can't even say it, awesome. And yeah, even though Khal Drogo was, I think he was only in that first season, he was just such an immense character. So here I've selected a different paper pack. I think I got this when it was, I bought it as part of a Crafty Creative box, and the theme was Western and kind of Native American, and I just thought that would go really well with that image. So again, I'm going to stick this down, and going back to the current storyline, so Cersei has no children now and she's on the Iron Throne. It's so exciting. I didn't see her killing everyone come in, really. I really thought Queen Marjorie was going to be saved, because she, again, was a really good character. And I think that's one of the brilliant things about Game of Thrones is, as I said, it's so well written that there are so many good characters. Even if you don't like them, if they're the villain, they're written so well that it's not that you're rooting for them, but you just want to see where their story goes. So here we go. I am sticking this banner down, and what I ended up doing was I had some red pearlesque bling that I put around it because I felt Dany deserved some blinged up banners. I mean, it's amazing really that she's one of the few Targaryens alive, in fact maybe the only one, and she has all this power, all of these people following her, so she's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking now and put some background music, because I think the rest of what I'm doing is self-explanatory, and I'm not quite sure what else there is to say about Game of Thrones. So enjoy the next few minutes and I'll be back to show you the final pocket letter. Right, so as I said, this pocket letter is a Game of Thrones theme, and having just watched the last season, was really moved by the whole section of Hodor. So what I wanted to do was give this pocket letter a cover almost. So I printed out a background image just by looking on free images, and scrumpled it up to give it some texture, and then used distress inks. I think it was a Toffee Crunch and a black, and then I downloaded this free image of Hodor holding the door back, and then I just used some black washi tape and some birds that I thought were suitably Game of Thronesy to hold that. Okay, so here is the pocket letter. So the first row, I had some Game of Thrones playing cards, and so I went through those first, and the person I'm swapping with really likes Daenerys. I don't think I've met anyone yet that doesn't, so I wanted to use her, and again, spoilers, given that Cersei's on the throne now, I thought I'd put her kind of diagonally. So here I've just kept it quite simple. I've used some pretty flowers that I thought would be good for Daenerys, and then I made this stick pin. I had these wing embellishments, and I thought they would be really good for using on the stick pin for the kind of reflecting the dragons. So you can see that. Then the second pocket, I used the Night Watches. I don't know if it's the prayer or the motto, so I downloaded that, and then I just went over the initial letter, the N, with some gold glitter glue and some silver washi tape there. As you saw, I don't know if you can see these well, let me see, yeah. Oh, hello Munchkin. Let me just get rid of you, gorgeous, because you're in the way. There we go. So this was a freehand drawing of a sword, and I just used some kind of neutral brown photo corners and some thread. I just thought that worked there. And then the second row, I really like the House of Stark and the House of Targaryen, so there's no way I could draw dragons, so I downloaded that image and then stuck it onto some paper so that it would look like a banner, and added this bling. And then on this one, you'll have seen that I drew this freehand, the wolf, the dire wolf even, stuck it to the shield with some foam tape to give it some dimension, and just outlined it in black. And I have to say, I'm really, really proud with how this came out, because I was thrown out in art at school, so for being such a disruptive influence. So I've never been very confident on drawing freehands, but I'm really, really proud of myself for how that came out. This is the back of the playing card, so I just cut out a second Iron Throne to give it some dimension. And then here, these final three, if I can get them all in camera. I thought the burlap was nice to reflect the kind of neutral medieval tones. I had this Tim Holtz Ticket of Trust, so I stuck that first, and then just when I was finishing embellishing, I realised I had some stickers, and I thought, well, this would be great. Who can you trust? Because talking with friends as to where we're going with Game of Thrones, I think that even if Daenerys takes the throne, there's still going to be battles, so it'll be interesting. The crow I use now, this is a free image I downloaded. I ended up colouring around just to get rid of the white bits, and added a jewel for his eyes, and then used this bird tape again. And then with Cersei, I just added some gold tape, some gold washi, and then I saw this clock, and I thought, I'm definitely using that because time for her is running out. So that is my Game of Thrones pocket letter. I'm really pleased with how this has come out. I really like it. And yeah, this is the second one I've made now. I did one a couple of years ago as well. So I really enjoy this. I really love Game of Thrones as well. So let me know if you like this, and if you want to share in the comments your theories, what's going to happen next in Game of Thrones, please do. See you next time. Bye.